Hi Sims, here down on the Riverway at Sims, you've had a problem with the tip queue. Can you detail what the problem is and how it impacts on your business?
Well, we're right down the end of Riverway, so we have to go through the entire length of the queue, which can take up to an hour, normally hour and a half. We've got delivery drivers that come here. Some of them have not turned up because they're spending too long in the queue. We also have our own van drivers that have to go out, collect things from other local suppliers and that. Normally they do 4 or 5 trips a day. They can only do 2 trips a day at the moment. We're also building some face mask production lines, which we have behind us here, and we're trying to build these in record times, and it's just making life incredibly difficult to get things done.
Because every business in Harlow is important, but at this particular time, your business, you said, is really important.
At the moment, it would seem so, yes. I mean, we first built one 20 years ago, and now we've been asked to build another 5, and they want them built very, very quickly.
So what, the queues, I mean, what relationship, contact have you had with councils, MPs, anybody?
I've contacted the MP, who quite nicely contacted the council, Essex County Council. They've put some signs up, but the people are ignoring the signage. I've actually stopped and talked to a few of the motorists. They don't seem very interested in the situation. They just want to get rid of their rubbish.
They seem to have we're now on Friday afternoon. They seem to have closed the tip. So is that a permanent solution, do you think, or just a temporary one?
I think it's a temporary thing. They do need to open the tip. People need to get rid of their rubbish. Personally, I think maybe they should change the opening times myself. Maybe open from 5 o'clock into later in the evening, and maybe a longer opening on the weekends. That way people can get rid of their rubbish. Businesses can still function in the day. You know, everyone is minimum of interaction with each other.
Are you working at the weekends?
We have people working on Saturdays in here, sometimes Sundays, and that. But we don't generally have deliveries and people driving vans in and out. So it's just a question of staff getting in, and we start early.
But you need a solution to this next week. This can't continue, can it?
Oh no, it can't continue. This is why we've made a fuss about it. You know, I've got back to the MP asking if there's any more that can be done. They've now closed the tip. I don't know if that's as a result of that or not. I have no idea. The police are not really interested in the situation, even though there has been a couple of accidents, and some of the people do get a bit aggressive in the queue, because when drivers are jumping the queue to get to work, people think they're just jumping the queue and start having a row with them. There's been a bit of that going on in the week as well.
Paul Walker, the problems and the queues at the tip, how has it impacted on your business here in Riverway?
We've had lorries that have not been able to get back, drivers are covered by hours, we deliver food products to supermarket and distribution centres, they're all done on a time slot. We've failed probably 4 time slots this week alone due to the fact that it's taken lorries any time from an hour to an hour and a half just to get down Riverway. A journey which should take 2 minutes is taking them that long. So whereas they've run out of hours, they've not made delivery times, that's resulted in distribution centres returning loads and rebooking them.
They look like they've closed the tip for now. Do you think that's a temporary solution or a permanent one?
I think it's temporary for now. I think it's just while they try and sort out a situation of what they can do, they need to do something, and this is, I think, what they decided to do just for today.
Other councils seem to have some booking system. Do you think that could be an answer?
I think a booking system is the way forward, just purely for the fact that it will give people times to be there, time slots, it'll be a quicker turnaround time, and not everyone's going to turn up at the same time in the morning.
Do you think, how long can you afford, because this tip will be open at the weekend,
yes.
Then we get to Monday and Tuesday, how long can you afford for this to continue to be a problem?
Not long really. I mean, we've managed to get through without having to furlough any staff, but sort of you have to return a load from Leicester because it's failed. That's an added cost, and you've got to return that load to Leicester, and that's not the customer's fault. That's us as a haulier's fault.
So finally, what's your appeal to the relevant councils? I know it's Essex,
yeah,
plus whatever role Harlow can have, and plus the MP.
Get a booking in system. Try a booking in system, or open it early morning and shut it at sort of between sort of 8 and 5, and then open it of an evening, something like that, or Sundays. Anything that doesn't revolve in normal working hours of trucks coming up and down.